Hello. I need a drink of water. Hold, please. Let me just tell you about today. Let me tell you one of the joys of being in business development and sales when you are networking. So I had last Friday, I set up a coffee, and this morning I set up a coffee. Two different people, both of them stood me up. There's the punchline. The one last Friday was really excited to meet her. Health and wellness, like my jam. She seemed like very like-minded like me. So I was very excited to meet her. And nothing. Like legit nothing. So I thought about it all weekend. I wasn't gonna respond. And then I'm like, no, you know what? Like now I'm like kind of like, fuck you. You can't even respond. Be like, whoopsie. So I sent a message and I was like, I'll be nice. Like, hopefully everything's okay. I waited for you at the coffee shop, blah, blah, blah. Let me know you're good. And I got something like a day later or 2 days later, whatever it was, whatever. Oh, I was sick in bed with the flu. And so I didn't even cancel any of my appointments. So, yeah. My response to that is I am never so sick that I can't be considerate of other people unless I'm in the hospital passed out. In which case, I would probably still wake up and say, hey, I'm supposed to be somewhere right now. Can you go into my calendar? Here's my password in my delusion and have someone do it, if at all possible. If at all possible. If it was like, a group meeting where a bunch of people were there, like, no, I wouldn't do that. But and if it was a Zoom meeting, I would certainly try. I would still try. But in person, honestly, I have rushed to get home and then gotten stood up on a Zoom meeting. Pissed, yes. But, at least I was, in my home. I wasn't rushing all over Timbuktu trying to get somewhere to meet you when you didn't even have the courtesy to let me know that you weren't going to show up. So my response to that was, she said, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry I inconvenienced you or whatever she said. It was very nice. And she said, let me know if you'd like to reschedule. And no, I don't want to reschedule. If you are, if your mindset is, fuck everybody else, I don't feel good, even if you feel that horrible, you can't go to your computer and shoot off a decline on a calendar invite. I'm all good. Legit. I'm all good. I would imagine the saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything, would apply here. Now, mind you, I've fucked up meetings before and missed them, but never, ever one in person, ever. My in-person meetings are very strategically placed in my calendar based on location and date, where I'm going to be, where I'm going to go, what else is going on that day. Because once I went all over Timbuktu, and by the end of the day, I was ready to stab myself in the leg and stab all my tires so that I couldn't go anywhere forever. But um so I'm extremely thoughtful and strategic about my in-persons. So while I give everybody grace, like if she would have said something before me going, like no issue. If she would have responded later in the day and just been like, here's what's going on. I'm so sorry. I just was passed out, like whatever. Probably still would have been okay. But that fact that 4 days later, I had to be the one to reach out to her. And then her response was like, yeah, I didn't feel good. Tough shit, kind of. It was a little bit flippant in the tone. So, and maybe that was my impression of it, not necessarily what it necessarily was. But the answer to me, for me, is I'm all set. So then let's move on to today's being stood up. I was at the coffee shop. Now, granted, it's down the street from my house, so whatever. I probably would have gone there anyway. And but I did get up at 5:30 so that I could make my hair look like this because my hair lately has been extraordinarily bad. And so this is the only style that looks somewhat decent, and even this looks like shit. But anyway, enough about my terrible hair. So I got up at 5:30, got in the shower, washed my hair, took forever to blow dry this thick ass mop of hair that I have going on, got dressed, went down there at 7:30. At almost 7:50, as I'm grabbing my coffee and just like, fuck this, I'm out of here. People get, depending on what it is, 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how I feel. You get 10 to 20 minutes of no response or no considerate, sorry, I'm running late. I don't know where the place is. I'm sick in bed with the flu, whatever. About almost 10 to 8, I get a message from this person saying, oh, I'm running super behind. I won't get there till 8:20. So you're telling me you're going to get there 10 minutes before our meeting is over. I'm all set. And then she said, let me know if you want to reschedule. The answer to that is also no. If you're so late, and my guess is she probably woke up late or something happened with a kid or whatever, all fine. If she would have said, hey, I woke up late, I fucked up, I'm sorry, I would have been like, okay, let's reschedule. But some didn't sit right with me that it was almost 20 minutes late when she finally had the audacity to message me that it was, she was going to be another 30 minutes um, of our hour meeting. So 50 minutes of our hour meeting would have been me waiting, and then another 30 minutes of me waiting, and then 10 minutes for us to be like, what's up? And then I had an 8:30, I had to go. So I was like, no, I'm all set. Um, what did I say? Let me look at my text message because I was very polite. And she said, I'm running very late. I will not be able to make it, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you want to schedule. I'm like, I am here waiting, but I have something at 8:30. Have a great day. Let's reschedule for another day. I apologize for the inconvenience. Very nice. Again, very nice. If it was a Zoom, I would give zero fucks. If I rushed home to be at it, I'd maybe give one or two fucks. But, you know, and it was close to my house, so less fucks to give. I don't know. It just felt like she was lying. And even if she's not, it was just incredibly, incredibly inconsiderate. To let someone know 20 minutes after you were supposed to be there that you were still going to be another 30 minutes, which is why I call bullshit that she was running late. My guess is she just woke up or whatever. So, um, let's talk about this. Feel free to comment if I'm being a bitch. I don't think I am. I have been late. I've forgotten meetings. I've fucked up my schedule, all the things. Never in person, but I've definitely fucked things up. So I give a lot of compassion. And if it would have been maybe a little bit more apologetic or more emphatically apologetic, where it felt more sincere. This was kind of like, I didn't want to go anyway. I'm going to be like, fuck it. This is the attitude that both of them gave me. And while I may be insinuating that, and it may or may not be true, that is how it came across to me. And, you know, I just don't appreciate it. And I don't feel like I would want to do business with either of them. I have enough health and wellness people and enough financial people that I can do business with, that are sending me business, that I like being around. I don't really need one more of each. I just don't. I love to meet good people. I love to meet nice people. I love to meet other women in business or women entrepreneurs, women in the health and wellness space, women who can add because I can't, whatever. Love it. Love all women. Want to meet them all. But when your schedule or your sickness or your issues or your fuck up or whatever it is more important than your consideration for other people's days or your apology level, sincerity of the apology, then I don't feel like we're going to have a very good working relationship because I have very high ethics and I don't do assholes. I don't do assholes. I'm sure they're both lovely people. Um, but I just, the inconsiderate nature of it and the flippant nature of the inconsiderate, I just feel like is too much for me to overlook. And I feel like it just smacks of entitlement. My day is fucked up, hard, difficult. I don't feel good. I'm not doing well today. My needs are more important than you being inconvenienced and driving all over Timbuktu. I would never do that to someone, certainly not on purpose. And if I fucked it up, I would be emphatically apologizing and following up with them until they gave me another chance and buying them lunch or bringing them a gift or something because it's just it's it's not cool. It's not cool. I'm driving all over America every single day. I fucking hate it. It's part of the job that I can't stand. If I was doing well enough where I could hire a driver all day every day, which by the way, I looked it up, it's like 800 to $1,000 a day. Not doing that well yet. But that is on my vision board, a fucking driver. Hell yeah. Um, and then if I'm driving all over Timbuktu and I'm frustrated and sitting in traffic and then I get there and I'm waiting and you get annoyed when you're waiting. When you're sitting there and waiting for someone, you're like, I could be doing this. I don't have my computer to work on stuff. I'm sick of scrolling on Instagram. Like my mom's called me 6 times. I need to call her back. Like whatever it is. And you're just sitting there pissed off because you spent 30 minutes or more driving to whatever the location is. Now you're 10, 20, 30 minutes in waiting for the person. And that's an hour of your day, like a precious hour, a precious 10 minutes, let alone anything over that. And the person doesn't seem to give any flying fucks. That is not a person I want around. I, my mother told me that I expect too much out of people, but in this particular situation, I do not think I'm expecting too much. I think that they presented too little. I just do. I feel like we're all in the same boat. I might not have kids, but I have a very demanding job. I'm trying to grow my business. I love gardening. I have fucking weeds out the wazoo outside that I can't figure out how to keep up with. Not to mention, I live alone. So when the furnace goes out, or the dishes need to be done, or the floors need to be done, or the lawn needs to be mowed, guess who's doing it? I am. I don't have a husband or kids that I can make do other stuff. I I also don't have, employees that I can boss around and make them do all my work. I'm in sales. I got to do most of it myself. And then there's work that we create for ourselves. And also, guess what? I would like to spend time in a shower or doing my hair or something and picking out a pretty outfit, not rushing around just grabbing whatever crappy thing I have. Like one of the things that I enjoy is looking nice. And when I don't have time to make myself look nice, and I'm one of those people that really doesn't take that long. My best friend takes 2 hours every day. I don't know how the bitch has time, but it's insane to me that you can take 2 hours to get ready for every day. Like there are definitely certain times when you need 2 hours, but every day, every single day, this bitch takes 2 hours to get ready. Oh God. Yeah, she has learned how to work around the people around her because I think she got so much grief because we ripped on her so bad. Oh yeah, we were pretty specific about that. She was such a good sport about it too, because she's a lovely human being. But anyway, I don't spend 2 hours getting ready every day, nor do I want to. But if I feel like I want to spend 20 minutes I have to get ready, spending 20 minutes getting ready rather than having 5 minutes because my day is so jam-packed or whatever the problem is because someone fucked up their day. Now my day has to be repositioned because of your fuck up and you don't give a shit. Like it's it's a lot. When you're doing networking, when you're doing business development, when you're in sales, when you're not just getting to work at 8 and leaving work at 4:30, then the shit can hit the fan regularly. And we all know that. We're in sales. We're in sales. So if we're in sales and you're in sales and you have a shit show of a day, imagine what everybody else is dealing with. They probably have a shit show of a day too. Most days, not every day. Some days we get to run around and, sing in a bed of tulips because it's the freedom that we have with our job. But I don't know why that imagery came up. But you know, most of the time our days are jam packed. Sitting in our car, sitting on a Zoom, sitting in a work meeting, sitting in an internal meeting, sitting in traffic again, going to a networking event, sitting there listening to some jack off pontificate about how important his job is. Whatever it is, wherever it is, it's all day long. Sometimes we start at 6 or 7 in the morning and we go all the way till 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And, I'm fucking tired. The last thing I want to do is get up at 5:30 to shower to do my hair so that I can be presentable instead of looking homeless sitting at home behind my computer, so that I can go to the coffee shop and get fucking stood up because you didn't have the energy to get your happy ass out of bed and click decline on a fucking calendar invite or shoot off a text message at 7:15 rather than 7:50. I don't have any tolerance for it. It's bullshit. So that is my rant for the day. Consideration. We're all in it together. Stop being selfish. Stop being assholes. Just, if you make a mistake, do everything in your power to make up for it. Apologize profusely. I mean, not apologize to the point of like, being weird or, if somebody's being an asshole and you've like sincerely apologized a couple of times and offered to make it up to them and blah, blah, blah. And their response it's not good enough, then you either fucked up so bad that they're done with you or they're just an asshole and they won't accept your apology, in which case you did the best you could and move on with your life. In these two instances, both very nice. They both apologize, but I don't want to continue to waste my time with people that aren't going to show up. And this now means that I can't trust them with any kind of clients. What if you're sick and you're supposed to have a client meeting and the client's doing this or the client's doing that and the client goes out of their way for you? Fuck that. I can't refer people to you. I can't give you my referral partners now. You're not trustworthy. So, there's your lesson for the day. My lecture, as my dad would say. My dad loves to lecture people. So I guess that's it. I guess that's my rant. I guess that's all I have to say about that. If you have any questions, let me know. If you think I'm an asshole, let me know below. If you think I'm right, let me know below. If you're on the fence and want to talk about it, let me know below. I will comment. I will, have a discussion with you. I certainly think that I'm an extraordinarily understanding and compassionate person, but I also have a very specific boundary in place. And if you cross it in whatever it is, you're done. And I will not change my mind on that. I might be a little harsh on this. I'm not sure. I don't think I am. But when I do have a specific boundary in place, you're done. Done, done, done. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Let me know if you want to talk more about it. See you later.